This is Greg Barnes with Inside Carolina. Here alongside of me is Ross Martin, Keenan Stadium. Ross, tomorrow is game day. North Carolina, California kick off the 2017 season. We've been talking about this game, it seems like, for a year now. It's only been about 9 months, so it's been long enough. But the big key for North Carolina is a lot of similarities to last year's season opener, going in against Georgia. While these teams run a lot of different things, North Carolina really didn't know what to expect out of Georgia, so they were looking back at film at what Kirby Smart did when he was at Alabama and a lot of things like that. Same here. North Carolina knows that California has a new head coach in Justin Wilcox. He's got a good defensive mind alongside of him in Tim DeRuyter. So you've got experiences as those guys have had at Wisconsin, at Boise State, at Texas A&M, at Fresno State. And so what the coaching staff has really had to do the last several weeks, even dating back to the summer, is look at all these different cut-ups and try to figure out exactly what can they project to be able to teach their team. And one of the issues there is they've got to be able to figure out, okay, what do we think they're going to do? What do we say to the team so the guys aren't overthinking? On defense, it's not that hard of a concern, I would think, because you have so much veteran leadership. But then again, with what Cal wants to do offensively, they ran the air raid last year, a little bit more of a true spread offense this year. Still some question marks there.
Yeah, it was funny hearing Fedora rattle off the names of coaches and where they've coached and all the tape that they've had to look. The key for the defense is watching Bo Baldwin's offense at Eastern Washington. It's a spread offense similar to what UNC runs with 3-4 wide receiver sets. So UNC's going to be in a lot of nickel and a lot of dime packages come Saturday. So expect 4 or 5 defensive backs, Patrice Renee, Corey Bell, MJ Stewart, KJ Sales. The safeties we know, Miles Dorn and Donnie Miles. So expect those kind of players to come up and make plays. And obviously this group needs some momentum from their defense. They need to make interceptions, they need to force turnovers, they need to make plays and make up for an offense that we're not sure how good they're going to be come the opener.
And I think one thing for the offense that's going to be important is keeping your poise, because what Wilcox and DeRuyter like to do is run a 3-4. That's what Cal has put in. When you start talking about 3-4 defense, that's not the common defense at the college level. Typically you see a 4-3. And so there's a lot of challenges there. And what most guys that run 3-4s do is they blitz from a lot of different directions. You've got 4 linebackers there. You can really get creative. And I would assume with North Carolina having so many new faces on offense, really at every position, and having a new starter at quarterback, that's really where Cal can capitalize. They can try to create some confusion and maybe get some turnovers. So for North Carolina, more than anything, more than worrying about exactly what kind of scheme they're going to face, it's how well can these guys execute the game plan, do what they need to do, take care of the ball, those simple things. And whichever quarterback does that is going to be the one that plays the most, and it may be your starter for the next game against Louisville.
It's going to be super interesting to see which offensive players come out and make plays and feel comfortable, which wide receivers, which running backs, and which quarterback, steps up in the second half after seeing how they react to their first live action in the first half. So that's what I'm going to be watching, and it should be really exciting here on Saturday.
This is our last opportunity to talk to you before the game. We finally have content to actually talk about. We can talk about the game next time we get together, Ross. I think everybody is anxious for that. I know I am. For Inside Carolina, I'm Greg Barnes with Ross Martin.